Let's talk about ginger. Ginger is a root or a rhizome that lays below the ground, and then it comes up and flowers and looks pretty, and then it puts its energy back into the ground and it shoots out little things I think are called rhizomes. If I'm wrong, sorry, I'm not a very perfect guy. I got a bunch of pieces of it, and I paid 120 to 160 pesos, I forget what it was, for a kilo. Now, I didn't buy a kilo that day, so I could say a cuarto, medio, but this is quite a bit of ginger right here. And so what we want to know, what we want to take note of, is the places that they're growing. If this ginger root sits in a place that's kind of dark, humid enough so it doesn't dry out, not so wet that it molds or has fungus or whatever. So there's a correct temperature to store it at if we were going to sell it for food, and there's probably a different temperature and humidity if we were going to try and grow it and then plant it to reproduce it. I would actually like to set up reproduction areas for ones that we put in the next container until they really develop more and become a stronger tuber, a stronger rhizome. I guess tubers are different. I don't really care about the words for stuff that much. Why do we want to grow it? Number one, because we like it. We like it. We're customers of it. We want to use it. So I just chopped off a piece of there. See that? Murdered it right off the edge. And people make tea with it. It's supposed to be invigorating. I would actually like to look up its medicinal values and its toxicity values and all sorts of things about this plant. I noticed right away when I cut a small piece off, it's kind of woody. And there it is, a little wedge of ginger. Oh, it's very gingery. I do have a little tiny microplaner. The first one I have came from a wood shop, and the original people were woodworkers, and they made this kitchen tool a microplaner. And so I have that one, and then somebody who just left one here as a donation, which I appreciate greatly. I'm going to track one of those down, and I'm going to use it up here and make myself some ginger tea. But one question is ginger tea actually healthy? Proven. Can we prove it? Or do we just think it's healthy because it's neat? I mean, I'd certainly, if I grew enough of it, and I grew it the right way, if I can grow it with the rain seasons, I have tons of dirt, right? It seems very hardy. It seems like I should be able to grow, because I'm very patient, large amounts of it, and then sell it when I have market opportunities. And I could sell it as plants. I could sell it as the root. I could sell it to restaurants. I could make products with it, like ginger beer comes to mind. I mean, ginger is just a great flavor. The question I have is it better than just flavor? I want to know the exact nutritional value of it. As far as culture, I'm quite certain I can figure out how to grow it here. There's a huge danger, and that is tusses. The tusses are the pocket gophers. And even though bulb things and things under the ground that then come up grow really well here in this climate, I have to watch out for invasive grasses. I have to watch out for tusses. Tusses are the worst because they'll go into a garden that you worked really hard to grow, and they'll get rid of 80% of that garden for you real quick before you notice it. And 80% of your work just disappeared to keep growing your tussa farm. At that point, you're a tussa farmer. You're growing them. You're encouraging them. And tussas got to be killed if there's going to be agriculture. One of the reasons they're not here is because there's a lack of predators for them. Our own imbalancing of the natural system here has removed predators. There's less water for them. There's less water for coyotes and every other kind of four-legged thing up here. Standing water around here, a place to go get a drink for an animal, is really rare. There's almost nowhere left. And I've hiked a bunch around here. Not lately, but... so that's one thing. And then owls are cavity nesters. That's the easiest way that I can get predators here that will take care of my rodent problem. And that is to build owl boxes. And that's a project I totally want to get into. And so it's this amazing connection of how everything connects together when you get a system working. And this one is not ideal yet, right? This is a vision of how I can make an advancement by connecting technologies correctly. And these are just a simple examples to give you the idea. if I want to put this ginger in the ground, or turmeric, I have turmeric, or garlic, then I need to test whether or not the tusas like to eat it. And I may make other measures if they don't. If they don't, I can put it everywhere, and I want to grow a lot of it. If they do, then I can't grow it quite as easily, although I have to fight against tusas anyway. If I put up owl boxes, which could be made with wood that was cut here, using my chainsaw, I can make my own boards, right? And make really nice owl boxes. I don't even think they have to be airtight. So I think as long as they don't get rain in them, the owls will, like barn owls. I have barn owls here. I have great horned owls. I've got a pygmy owl, and I don't know what else out there. I forgot. But then the owls would be looking all the time. They're really good at in the nighttime. They're looking with their cool eyes and their weird head, and you won't notice them. I never see owls just sitting there on a branch. That's not true. I have seen owls sit on a branch before, but it's extremely rare. I've seen more owls' butts flying away from me because they're out there in the night, and they're looking for motion, and they're looking early in the day and late into the night, and they're looking, waiting for that motion, and a tusa sticks their head out, and they become an owl snack. And that's a really good tusa trap. Non-toxic, results in the owls being happy. I'll see more owls. They sound really cool at the nighttime. So like, I could encourage that. And then I wouldn't mind if there were some tusas, eating my stuff somewhat, like not all of it, but a little bit of it, because they would then become food for these owls. So I get pet owls by killing tusas with owls. And then I can outgrow the ones that are there. And then all the kinds of root things like this is so intense a flavor, I can grow. Certainly ginger, the word ginger, is in a lot of Thai and Chinese food dishes that I happen to like. And so lightly cooked, I think it can be lovely. Eaten raw like that, that's pretty hardcore. It would be tempting to grind up a little pile of two of it and then try to mix that shredded ginger with what other ingredients are you thinking of? I'm thinking of a few. I think that if you were making chutneys and salsas of any kind, like things where you can just fill up your jar like that, cap it off, take it home, and then dump it with other stuff, or get it dumped on a bunch of food you're buying. I mean, I'm envisioning very much a takeout system that works like this here. I'll tell you my vision of the takeout system of food in the Bosque. I guess we're done talking about ginger. We've got the ginger owl people, buzz planting the ginger, Tusa connection going on. So I'm going to switch on to. Fuck, I forgot the topic. It's a problem with the recap. Oh well.